What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're just gonna hop right on into this video, and for this crazy look I'm gonna be using a lot of palettes, so I'm just warning you right now. But the first palette I'm gonna pick up is this NYX Ultimate Brights palette. I'm gonna use this light teal color in here, and I'm just gonna put that all throughout my crease. This is gonna be our first color, and we're just gonna build on top of this. So the next color that I'm going to use is from the Smashbox Bold Cover Shot palette, and I'm going to take this green color and I'm just going to put that right into the outer V part of our eye. Now I said this is going to involve a lot of palettes, but it's also going to involve a lot of blending. So if you don't have a lot of blending brushes, you're going to want to have something on handy to wipe off your brush in between colors, because this is going to be a lot. I'm just forewarning you guys. But you're going to build up that intensity in the outer corner, and then we're going to go ahead and blend that out with the previous brush that we used, just so that we don't have any harsh lines and it's a really smooth transition. Once I went in and blended that out a little bit, I went back in with a little bit more green and just re-intensified that outer corner. This whole look is going to be blending and adding color and blending and adding color basically. So going back to that NYX palette, I'm going to use that really light lavender shade. I'm going to place that right into the crease as like the next color. So you're just going to want to blend that into that green where it fades in. And going back in with that Smashbox palette, I'm going to take that purple color and put it right underneath where we added that purple in the crease, and you're just going to keep building this up. I found that out of all of the colors that I'm using in this look, the purple was actually the hardest one for me to work with. I feel like once it touched my eye, it just kind of stuck where I placed it. It didn't really want to move around, so I had a little difficult time blending this out, but with patience and determination you can do it. So I have faith in you if you're going to try this out. But you're just going to want to blend that out into the green so that it has a nice little fade. We're going to cover up that line where the green and the purple meet in a minute, so don't worry about that. Just get it to the intensity that you want, and then we're going to worry about, you know, making everything seamless later on. And going back in with our trusty friend here, the NYX palette, I'm going to take this very bright pinkish color and I'm going to place that into the inner part of our eye in the crease where we haven't placed any color down. And then I'm just going to sweep some of that all over that inner portion. But as you're going to see in a minute, I went in with a few other shadows because I wanted that inner portion to be really bright pink. So I'm gonna go in with like 2 other shadows. So this might be a little too much for you guys, but just use what you have. Don't feel like you're obligated to use the same products that I used. So if you can find other things that it's gonna give you the same effect, by all means, use what you have. Here I am taking the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the color Poppy, and I'm placing that right over the other NYX shade. Next, I'm using the color Junk Show from this Urban Decay palette. This is so old. If you've been watching me for a minute, you know that I used to use this in some of my old tutorials, but I still have it, of course. I'm not gonna get rid of it. So I'm using that color. I'm not sure what the name of that palette is. I will try and find it and link it down below if it's even still available. Probably not though. But here I am just going back through and blending these colors as much as possible. And now I'm going to pick up the Pastel Goth palette from Kat Von D and using the color Doom, this is where we're going to add in that blue. So I'm going to put it right in between that purple and that green shade, right in the crease. We're going to go in with a different shadow for our lid color in a minute. But just blend that as much as possible. And I found that putting the blue over that green and the purple actually made it easier for it to transition. And then I'm going to pick up the blue color from the Smashbox palette and just place that right in between as well. And you're just going to keep building it up like I said. I was getting so many like tie-dye vibes when I was doing this look. I was like obsessed. Now I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more of that green in the outer corner because I feel like the intensity kind of dulled down a little bit. So I'm just adding it back up, and then this also helps with the transition from the blue to the green as well. I'm gonna do it with the purple in a bit too. Here I am going with the original blending brush that we used in the very beginning and just blending out those lines in the outer edge. And now here I am going back in with that purple. and adding more of the blue. Like I said, you're gonna see me go back and forth between the blue and the purple a lot because it was a lot harder for me to work with that purple shade for some reason. So maybe if you're gonna try this, use a different color from a different palette that's purple, because that Smashbox purple shade was just not working out for me. And here I am just adding a little bit more into that inner corner. And as you guys can see, I have all of my blending brushes kind of tucked up into my hand. I feel like it's a lot easier if you're holding all of your brushes. That way you can easily just grab which one you need. You don't have to look for it on the table or anything like that, because I know when I film, I have brushes literally everywhere. So it's a lot easier for me to hold on to all of my brushes in my hand if I am using multiple brushes like I am right now. So just a little tip if you guys are doing something like this and it involves a lot of brushes. Going back in with that Pastel Goth palette, I'm using the color Meow. This is another purple shade. I'm gonna put that into the crease because I feel like that NYX shade kind of really just disappeared and wasn't doing much. So I put that into the crease and I kind of drug it down the lid because I wanted to try and get that purple to work as much as possible. So I was just trying everything that I could pretty much at this point. And I kind of left a lot of this in for you guys so you could see that it's not that easy, you know, when you're blending. I wanted you guys to see in real time how long it really takes to blend different colors like this. So if you don't get it within like 2 seconds, don't worry, because it does take a lot of time. Here I am just going in with a clean blending brush. This has no product on it, and I'm going over the outer perimeter of all of the colors because I want them all to blend in seamlessly. Can we just talk about my unicorn crown for a minute? Because I love it, and this was like the perfect excuse for me to wear it in a video, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. But I got it from Tarte the day that their unicorn stuff launched, and it was the best decision I've ever made. But here I'm going in with a new product. This is a primer from Urban Decay, one of their new primers. This is called Optical Illusion. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I will keep you guys posted. I might have used a little too much actually, but whatevs. Then I'm just priming my lips with some Pastel Beauty oil and using my Infallible Pro Matte with this NYX white foundation adjuster, which was cool. So I tried it out, I liked it. Now going in with the Anastacio Moonchild Glow Kit, I'm using the color Purple Horseshoe, and I'm putting that on the tops of my cheekbones because I wanted this to be magical AF. So there I am. Then I'm taking my Morphe 9B blush palette, and I'm using the top 2 colors in the last row. And then I'm gonna go back in and add more highlight with the colors Purple Horseshoe and Pink Heart. And then I sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus to wet it so that we can get more of that metallic color when we put it on. Here I'm just blending the blush and the highlight together. And then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my Cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, tops of my brows with that Purple Horseshoe color. Now we're gonna work on the bottom of our eyes, and this is honestly a lot easier than the actual eyelid because it's a smaller space that you have to worry about. So we're just gonna use the same colors, same transitions, same everything, just on a smaller scale down below. I swear, watching back this footage and the faces that I make when I blend my eyeshadow is wild. Like, I can't. And I really wish that Makeup Geek would come out with like a handheld mirror so that I didn't have to use this palette all the time, but I just love this palette, like the mirror in it, it's amazing. But Marlena, can we get on that please? Here is Armani, always trying to steal the spotlight. Alright guys, I hope you're ready because the fun part is about to come up. It's when we're gonna add the magicalness to our eyes. It's a lot, so just be prepared. Here I'm using this NYX Vivid Brights yellow color. I will put the exact name down below in the description bar with links and everything to everything that I've used in this video, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in any of these products. But here we are, we're just gonna go ahead and dot our eyes basically. I don't really know the first time that I did this look where I was going, but it was going somewhere. But I feel like the look needed some yellow, so that's why I picked this color up. And I just kind of added a million other colors along the way. But we're just basically gonna dot random dots all over the eye. I wanted the front part where the inner corner of our eye is to be the most concentrated part with dots in it. So I kind of put the majority of, you know, dots closer together in the inner corner, and then they kind of faded out as I got to the outer edge. And you're gonna do the same thing on the bottom part of your eye as well. Just gonna space them out in the same manner that you did up top. Now here I am going with another NYX liner. Again, I don't know what the name is, I will put it down below. But this is just like a pink metallic shade, and I'm just dotting it all over the eye in the same way that I did with the yellow. Here's an orange one. I know this says lip of the day, but it's whatever, you can use it. And then I went in with a few other colors, and this lit glitter was the final touch. This is in the shade Ella, and I love lit. If you haven't ever tried any of their products, you definitely should. They have this awesome glue like adhesive, which is the second thing that I showed you from them in that little bottle, and it's not gonna fall all over your face or anything like that, and it's really long wearing. I love it. Taking a sip of wine before I continue. And now here I am just using one of the new NYX Cosmetics Faux White liners, and this is in the color Mint Cream, and this has a little bit of a mint tint to it. It's not just like a straight up white. I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but I really like this. It's different. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use this white liner because I'm gonna use a colored mascara on my bottom lashes because that's trending right now, and I thought it would work really well with this look. But the colored mascara didn't really show up because I have black lashes, so I went ahead and used a white liner. I swept that all over my bottom lashes and then let it dry for a second, and then I went in with this mascara from NYX. It's called Mint Julep. And then I just put that right over the white lashes, and it made the color pop so much more. So if you guys have black lashes and want to use the colored mascara, maybe try that so the color comes out a little bit more vibrant. If you have blonde lashes, this might not apply to you, but for my girls who have black lashes, this is for you. Then I went ahead and used the color Catherine from Anastacio Beverly Hills on my lips. And then I kind of wanted to do an ombre kind of look. I don't know where I was going, but like I said, it was going. Then I used the color Abuse from Jeffree Star. This is another one of his liquid lips. And then I'm gonna go in with the color Mannequin in a minute, right in between. But I'm putting the color Abuse right in the outer edges of my lips, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in before it dries. And I'm gonna use my finger, honestly, to blend this all in. But then I went ahead and put the color Mannequin, which is a nude color, right in the middle of my lip because I wanted it to look a little bit more pouty and more dimensional. So I added that right in the middle. Just take your time with this when you're blending everything together. Go ahead, add layers on. Do what you need to get it to look the way you want. So don't rush through this. We're done with the look basically. I'm just gonna go ahead and be extra and add some more of that highlight onto my shoulders and my collarbones. You don't have to do this, but I just felt like it was appropriate, so why not, you know? And can we just have a shout out for a minute for the sunlight coming through the back window behind my backdrop? Gave a nice little effect to my backdrop here. So I'm definitely gonna invest in some lighting for my backdrop just because I love the way this looks. Then I went ahead and added a little bit of that purple horseshoe onto the middle part of my lips because that gave it a little bit of extra something, and I like the way it looks. And then I also added, if you guys can't tell, a faux lip ring. This is actually one of my nose rings that I just put on my bottom lip, a la Kim Kardashian. Then I went ahead and set everything with my Fix Plus, and that's the end result. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!